Hello, my name is Joe Morton, and this is the second edition of Positive In. My father used to teach us growing up, if we put negative in, negative will come out. Positive In segment is about putting positive in so positive can come out each day. You know, there's this great quote from Buddha that came across my desk the other day. Each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Ooh, think about that. What we do today matters most. And this is all about what we do today. This is all about how we start our day in the right direction. Now in the first edition, I talked about how the news can be a very negative place. But if you really want to watch the news, what's something that you can do? Number one, I want to give you solutions. So, happy to pull up the news. A lot of negativity, as I mentioned. You have to really scan through. But on the front page, there is one positive one. And it's entitled, so out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of the latest news. One is positive, 1 out of 14. So if you're going to go to the news, may I propose you go to the positive. Find the positive. Feed your mind with positive thoughts. This is a beautiful story. Identical twins share valedictorian position. That's great. That's good. Feed yourself with positive. Be careful though with the negative. Because remember, we go in the direction of what's in our thoughts, what dominates our minds. So, I encouraged you to get yourself, first of all, be grateful. Go through the list of that which you're grateful for. Number 2, I talked about getting a book called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. So I thought I'd share something that I recently read out of this book and give you an example of what I went through recently. Every thought seed sown or allowed to fall into the mind and take root there produces its own, blossoming sooner or later into act and bearing its own fruitage of opportunity and circumstance. Good thoughts bear good fruit. Bad thoughts bear bad fruit. Pretty simple. That in and of itself sums it up. So good thoughts are going to take us in the good direction. Bad thoughts in a bad direction. But there it is. Positive in. That's the way we could describe this segment. Okay? Let me give you an example of what happened. Recently I was going to the airport and I had one of these really, I travel a lot, and this particular one was down to Mexico. Seemed like it would be fairly simple procedure. But because of where this particular location was, it was going to take close to, not quite, but from the time I left my house to the time I arrived at that particular hotel, it would take close to 22 hours. And when I left my house, I was starting to work myself into a frenzy. I was allowing bad thoughts to take root, as he talks about, take root there in my mind. And I was about halfway to the airport. It's about a 45-minute to an hour drive. Halfway to the airport, I was working myself into, I have to go through this airport and this experience with security and oh, I'm going to sit on the flight and they're probably not going to have their own screen on a lot of the seats have their own screen on flights, but sometimes they don't. And I started going through all these, work it up, and then the bathrooms on the airplane and the food on the airplane and blah, blah, blah. And I was going through what many of you might go through if you're a frequent traveler. But then my wife helped catch me. Grateful for my wife. She's like, you need to practice what you preach, my friend. So I started to do just that. I started to take that seed that was being planted, that negative seed, and turn it into a positive. And folks, let me tell you, by the time I got to the airport, I couldn't wait to get on that plane. Suddenly it turned into an adventure. Like Helen Keller says, life's an adventure, it's nothing at all. Suddenly I was like, whoa, I'm going to be on this airplane, and I'm going to be in this airport, and I'm going to experience this, and I'm going to be able to see my friends, my business associates that I haven't seen in months, and we're going to have these great experiences, and it's going to be wonderful. And it changed it amazingly changed. And just because I did not allow that seed to truly take root. I changed that seed from a negative to a positive. And I'm grateful for my wife to help remind me of that. I'm grateful for great material that helps me with this. So I encourage you, what seed are you planting today? What positive seed is going in right now into your mind. I hope positive. Reminding you again, be grateful. Watch those seeds of gratitude. As you plant those seeds of gratitude, see where they blossom and see what happens throughout the day. I encourage you to get a copy of this book. I hope you did. If you didn't, go get a copy of it. This is the first book that I'm going to recommend. I'll recommend many other books and authors and audios and different things that we can do, but this particular one, get a copy. Amazing how fast your day can transform into something wonderful and miraculous. So remember this, every thought seed sown or allowed to fall into the mind and to take root there produces its own. Good thoughts bear good fruit. Bad thoughts bear bad fruit. I encourage you today, plant good seeds. Plant positive seeds. Let them take root. Feed it all day long. I happen to have audios that I put in my car while I'm driving. I have audios that I listen to when I'm exercising. I have different audios that I listen to of positive authors and positive books, again, that I'll recommend at different times. Plant positive seeds starting today. You, my friend, are a miracle. We all are. Life is a miracle. Thank you. Thank you for joining me on the second edition of Positive In. Make it a great day.